Shippensburg, founded in 1730. Sitting in south-central Pennsylvania in both Franklin and Cumberland counties, Shippensburg had a number of ties to the American Civil War. West Point graduate Samuel Sturgis was born in the rural town. Sturgis made a name for himself at Antietam, taking Burnside's bridge. Another resident, Captain James Kelso, along with 102 men from Shippensburg, would join the 130th PA Volunteers, becoming Company D. Most residents today know of Shippensburg's involvement in the Civil War with the Gettysburg Campaign. The Union, Northern states in blue, under newly elected President Abraham Lincoln, wanted to maintain the Union and bring the South back into the fold. The Confederacy, Southern states shown here in red, argued that the United States Constitution was a contract, an agreement which each state could abandon without consolation. In April 1861, the South took Fort Sumter, South Carolina, from Federal troops. Victories like those in Fredericksburg and Chancellorsville boosted Confederate morale. By 1863, the South invaded the North. Robert E. Lee's Army of Northern Virginia crossed the Maryland-Pennsylvania border in late June of 1863. Following orders from General Richard Ewell, Confederate cavalrymen under Albert Jenkins were the first to arrive in town. Troops from the 1st Cavalry arrived via the Cumberland Valley Railroad to hold off the rebel forces. A small, mostly bloodless skirmish ensued around 2 p.m. The Cumberland Valley Railroad is now the Rails to Trails bike trail. By 3 o'clock, Jenkins' cavalry had taken the town, setting up headquarters across the street from the Union Hotel, now Liberty Tax Service. The rebels held the town for ransom. To offset the cost, the rebels plundered. Confederate surgeons plundered J.C. Altick's drugstore. The McPhersons of McPherson and Cox Hardware, today Pig and Fagin, placed most of their valuable merchandise in their fireplace and hid the openings with wallpaper. The rebels acquired most of the store's inventory, but never found the hidden goods. Confederates also stormed the McLean House and Tannery for leather goods. William McLean hid these items in his tanning vats. Rebels never found them. To avoid the Confederate wrath, the Union Hotel had its name changed to the Sherman Hotel. The hotel once stood where the Select Family Restaurant stands today. June 26 saw elements of General Robert Rhodes's division arrive in Shippensburg. 2,500 North Carolina troops under command of General Junius Daniel plundered Fogasonger family farm just off of East King Street. That night, much of Rhodes's division camped at Indian Head Springs, today known as Dykeman Spring. A Confederate soldier noted, "It was remarkable to see how orderly our men conducted themselves on this march. It is true many of them helped themselves to poultry, vegetables, milk, etc., but I saw no wanton destruction of private property." The following day, Rhodes and his men moved towards Carlisle, while another division under the command of General Edward Johnson left an hour later. The Confederate Army never took Harrisburg, only making it as far north as Camp Hill before turning back to go to Gettysburg. The Army of Northern Virginia collided with Union General George Meade and his Army of the Potomac at Gettysburg at the beginning of July 1863. Not only did the Union win the battle July 3rd, but Gettysburg also served as a turning point in the war. Ultimately, Lee would surrender at Appomattox to General Ulysses S. Grant. The Confederate occupation is still remembered this very day by the residents of Shippensburg. Elementary schools can receive a traveling trunk highlighting a Confederate soldier's point of view along with stories of townsfolk that were affected by the occupation. Shippensburg also holds the March to Destiny during the last full weekend of June. Held since 2001, the event invites reenactors and the public to relive 1863 Shippensburg, including a reenactment of the skirmish, taking part in period dancing, hearing lectures, and taking in demonstrations by living historians. Visitors may also enjoy the Shippensburg Civil War Trail, a self-guided walking tour of the town. To learn more on the Confederate occupation of Shippensburg, visit the Shippensburg Historical Society.